No, I put it right there with you.
Loves chocolate hams, popcorn peanuts. We're working the stands, pink cotton candy. Love on a stick, who's chasing the beer? The trigger, the lips, play ball, play ball. Love the faces, make it right. Play ball.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Laughter Saves Lives Live. I am Johnny LaRocchia. This is John Santo in studio.
We forgot to take our masks.
No, you forgot to take your mask off.
I'm John Santo.
Should I be wearing a mask right now?
No, you should not, Pavlina.
Okay.
That is Pavlina Asta.
Yes.
I practiced all day. I practiced Pavlina because I know the last time I think I called you Paulina for about an hour and a half.
No, Pavlina.
Pavlina. Whatever I did, I called her the wrong name.
You're not very international.
Which I would think a lot of people do.
But you try.
It does happen. I get all kinds of crazy versions of my name. My last name seems to be the hardest for people, though.
Well,
So-
let me just finish my normal intro. So we are broadcasting from Paradise Studios on Strong Island Television in beautiful Massapequa, New York, right next to the Long Island Railroad Station, Danny's Chinese Restaurant, and Dunkin' Donuts. In the same
Dunkin'
shopping
Donuts
center.
and CVS.
And CVS right in the parking lot here. I just stopped there and I bought some more hand wipes. A few cases. I was walking down the aisles and behind a girl was walking behind me, and there was some Halloween decorations. And you know when you walk past certain decorations, they make a noise.
I hate
Ooh,
that.
right?
I hate that.
So she walked past and it went, wow, and I go, hey, 6 feet. The alarm's going off. You're too close to me. 6 feet. And she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh. I go, I'm just kidding. I'm an idiot. I'm just kidding.
I walked past the flying monkey one time and it came alive and I'm still afraid of the flying monkeys, so that's no good.
A real flying monkey?
No, from the Wizard of Oz. But the lights went on it and the eyes, and I'm like, I don't need that. I don't like the flying monkeys. They still scare me.
They're scary. So let's welcome officially Pavlina back to the show. This is her second time.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Pavlina.
Thank you. Thank you guys for having me. It was so fun last time. We had to do it a second time.
Well, now this time you're on for the whole show.
The whole show.
Yes, the whole time. I'm excited. It's going to be good.
It's amazing to me that you've accepted that beating. Like, I'll do the whole show this time. Last time, 15 minutes wasn't enough.
Right.
And I said to myself, let me learn more about the lovely Pavlina.
Thank
So
you.
I went online and I was looking at YouTube videos and I'm like, oh my God, she's been on this show. Oh my God, she's been on that show. Obviously, she doesn't really know what kind of show my show is. It's a little fireman.
What shows have you been on?
What are the most popular shows you've been
Tell us a
on?
little bit about you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, some of my favorite shows. Well, Good Morning America was very fun. I've been on Newsmax a bunch of times. Our friends John Tobacco, with them on Liquid Lunch.
What was it after Good Morning America?
What was after Good Morning? After Good Morning America, you were on what?
Newsmax.
Oh, Newsmax. Okay.
Now here's what I want you to do, Pavlina.
I thought you said
Yeah.
Newsmax.
Here's what I want you to do. Somebody else is going to ask you this question on a major talk show.
Right.
They're going to say, Pavlina, what shows have you been on?
Right.
And the first show you're going to say is Laughter Saves Lives.
I will. That will be the first show automatically. Obviously.
Are you
So
telling me?
it's Good Morning. Here, this is your elevator speech. I was on Good Morning America. I was on Newsmax, and I was on Laughter Saves Lives Live. That's it.
Right. And then there's been a bunch of others, but they're all sort of like slipping. They all sort of blur together after a while. You know what I mean? It's been great, but
Yes.
I'm happy to be here. So thank you guys.
And we're happy to have you.
Happy to have you.
I looked, but I was looking at all the shows and all the topics you speak about.
Well, what does she speak about?
I'm going to ask you that. But the last time I had her on the show, this is a very knowledgeable young lady,
Right.
and very classy,
All right.
So
Why is she on this show then?
wait, here's because we need to be classed up.
We need to be.
Yes.
Oh, so she's going to help.
I'm here to teach you guys,
She's
obviously.
going to help.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
So she's been on, and they've asked us such wonderful questions, and we'll get into some of those. And what did I do?
I don't know.
I asked her about a topic she knows nothing about.
Baseball.
And she took it so well. She was such a good sport. And I know since the last time you've been here, you've learned a lot about the game of baseball.
I mean, so I came on the show, you asked me about sports, and I was like, I don't know anything.
Right.
Then immediately after the show, I started to educate myself on baseball. I was like, I literally was watching videos. I was like, baseball 101. What does it mean for a home run? I didn't know anything. So I was doing all of this research because I was like, I can't disappoint John. Like he needs me to know.
All right,
but after that, I started to forget it. So I'm sorry.
That's okay. But can I test you with 3 questions?
Okay. Well, yes.
Let's try it.
Okay.
There are 2 baseball teams in New York City. What are they?
The Yankees and the Mets.
Awesome.
I'm a New Yorker. I know my New York stuff.
A guy hits a ball and he runs 3 bases. What is that called?
That's a home run.
Okay, no, 4 bases is a home run. 3 bases is a triple.
Triple. Okay. Yes. Okay. I did not.
All right. You 1 for 2 in baseball is batting 500, and that's a good average.
Good.
One more question. If you get it wrong, you're still doing good according to baseball. One more question. The last question is this. The pitcher can strike out a batter when he throws how many strikes?
3.
Did you?
Yeah.
She got 3 strikes.
I have a question for her.
Awesome. Don't ask her
Oh,
anyone.
goodness. Please don't make it too hard.
She got 2 out of 3.
All right, but now we're going to give her a chance to get 3 out of 4.
All right, one more. Then I want to
All right.
ask you about
All right.
her topics that she's passionate about.
So it's Game 7 of a World Series, first and second, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs. There's a 60% chance that the hitter is going to hit to this side of the field. Do you implore a shift or not? 60-40% answer.
Yes.
I'm kidding. I'm
He's
kidding.
kidding.
I have no idea. Was it a yes or no? I was just like, yeah.
I'm kidding. That was my gag question.
So you've been on a lot of talk shows and a lot of different topics. What is your favorite topic? What are you most passionate about right now?
Oh, absolutely. So I think my whole spiel is sort of wellness based. I love anything in wellness, whether it's, mind, body, fitness, whether it's, healthy eating, healthy mind, all of that stuff. I really like anything that makes you feel good. A better you makes it better for a better society. So I think that's always my kind of favorite topics, or anything millennial and Gen Z. I love talking about my people. So because millennials and Gen Zs are fascinating. So I always think it's important to talk with them.
How old are you, Pavlina?
I just turned 23, but I'm a Gen Z. I know.
23. Smart at 23.
Oh, well, thank
You know what I was doing at 23? Nothing. All right,
Well,
Pavlina.
thank you. I appreciate that.
So you just said you turned vegan. Well, you didn't just say we spoke or we messaged turned vegan.
Yes.
I need to do better. My numbers are a little high with my sugar. I want to do better. I want to eat better. I exercise. If I would eat good, the amount of exercise I do right now should be fine.
Right.
So what is my
like more than fitness, honestly. Like nutrition is so important. So it's like you want to be moving, you want to be active, you got to have that fitness aspect, but nutrition is so important. So
It
Very
is.
important. You are what you eat.
yes.
It's so true, though.
I'm a ravioli.
So you're not a ravioli. So what do you think if you had somebody who comes to you and says, Pavlina, listen, I want to change my life. I want to start eating better. You can't just go from I'm eating steaks and sausage and peppers to vegan, right?
No, I think that's very drastic. And whenever you try to make that drastic of a change, you're going to fail like 9 out of 10 times. It's not going to happen, especially with food, because I think we're very weak when it comes to food.
Yes.
It was so easy for me to go vegan because I was vegetarian for like over 10 years of my life.
Isn't it
I was already not really into meat. So it was just a matter of cutting out the dairy. And
That's cutting out the dairy. Explain the
isn't it
difference
same thing?
between vegan and vegetarian.
yeah, so vegetarian is just no meat, but you can still have eggs, milk, whatever. Vegan is no animal products whatsoever. No honey. What?
There's
a lot of vegetables, a lot of fruit.
All right. So Pavlina gets up in the morning, right? Do you exercise first? Is that one of the first things you do?
Yeah, my mornings are pretty intense. I like to wake up at like 4 a.m. and then I have my morning to myself. I'll have some coffee. I usually meditate or I'll read. I'll get some work done, and then at 6 a.m. when my gym opens is when I'll go to the gym.
All right. So first thing in the morning, what are you drinking? Because I was looking at one of our previous guests. And every morning she has celery juice.
Yeah, that's a big thing. I've been wanting to like get into celery juice. It's just like that early in the morning. I don't want to clean the juicer after I make the juice. So I haven't done it yet.
You have all this dedication, but you don't want to clean the juicer. All right.
I don't like washing dishes. I can't help it.
Pulp orange juice?
Orange juice
without the pulp.
Oh, I like it with the pulp.
All right, now I like it.
But you make it yourself. You make it yourself. You're not drinking orange juice from a supermarket.
Oh no, it's so much. I usually don't drink orange juice, but if I do have it, if I had a preference, I guess I would take it hand squeezed, I guess.
Right.
We had that in Florida when we stayed down there for spring training.
We stayed at fancy places.
We stayed at the Hilton. The Hilton?
Pavlina, I only take the guys on the road comedy in big time fancy places.
Best hotels. The best.
Oh, obviously Hilton is so nice. It's so
freshly squeezed orange juice right from the Grove, right there.
I love that. I mean, I'm a Floridian, so I know good orange juice.
From tree to me in like an hour.
In an hour. Was it a Hilton Express or was it just like the Hilton?
No, this was a Hilton.
Or maybe I'm
Garden Inn, was it?
Garden Inn, but the Grove, the orange groves are right there. So tree to me in like less than an hour.
Yeah.
What Florida are you from?
I'm from like Daytona Beach, like close to Orlando.
Oh,
all right. I just want to get back to some more healthy stuff. So you've never got into this celery juice yet, but you would say that's a good thing to start your morning with?
I mean, from what I've read about it and from all of like the testimonials that people that do it, they do say it's really good. And it's like a very like cleansing, detoxing. It's a really great way to like start your day. Or just to have in general, like throughout, maybe not throughout your day, but like have at least at some point, I
always thought celery was like, it didn't have a lot of nutrition in it.
I know, because it's mostly water. Like, I personally don't like celery. I'm not a big fan of celery juice, which is another reason why I was never super motivated to
all right.
it. But it's a good thing. I mean, it can't hurt.
Celery with buffalo wings and cream cheese.
This is why he needs help. You see what
they give it to you.
I mean, going vegan is a process. I would recommend doing like pescatarian first, so that way you're not like putting out the fish.
Pescatarian is where you're a vegetarian, only you're a pest.
I thought you're from Pakistan if you're Pakistanian.
All right, so let me ask you this.
Yes.
This is interesting. Wheatgrass.
Okay.
You into that?
I don't think I've ever had it. I don't even.
So what are you drinking in the morning other than your coffee? What are you drinking to?
Pulp orange juice. She said it.
No, she doesn't drink that.
She drinks orange juice.
I don't really drink. I mean, I'll have orange juice if it's there, but like I won't go out and buy it or I won't go out and get it. I just like to have my coffee. I drink water. I like a lot of
water.
What kind of coffee do you drink? Do you make it from the Keurig or do you make a whole fresh pot?
Oh, it's a Keurig. I don't have that energy.
What kind of coffee do you drink?
It's usually like I get like the Starbucks. I'm so basic. I get like the Starbucks mixed flavors. Yeah, it's good, and I just drink it black. It's good.
Somebody called me trash because I drink Folgers.
That wasn't very nice.
No, Folgers is fine.
The vacuum seal pack.
Yes.
The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup.
The best part of what? Let me ask Pavlina another question.
Yeah.
Now let's just switch over. I was watching a number of the shows, and you're very passionate about a few topics.
What are those topics?
Well, that's what I'm going to say. What is another topic? Because you're political. We don't do politics on this show.
We don't do politics.
But you're a guest, and I'm not asking you for your political opinion. Right. But what is a topic that you like to speak about in the political world right now?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. There's so much. Well, just for like total transparency, I'm an independent, so I like to see both sides of every situation. I don't really like to pick a side, honestly, but I think a topic I like to talk about right now, it's a great question because there's so many.
You.
He's good.
First time anybody's answered this question. All the shows you've been on. See? Laughter saves lives.
He's the top interviewer And I
He's
said,
the best. John is the best. Like I can't.
Nobody's a better interviewer than John LaRocchia, believe me. There's things that nobody's ever seen. He's
Right.
fantastic.
That is a great impression. I
that's
love.
what I do. I'm an impressionist.
Oh well, I see it. I totally see it. I love that. As far as
I won an Emmy this year.
No, I don't know it.
Pavlina,
Yeah.
thank God you said that, because if you would have said, who is that? He would have blew up.
No, I would have understood.
He would have been like,
I
oh
mean,
my
it's like the most recognizable voice. I think.
All right.
So recognizable.
yes.
And even the hand gestures. He's got it down to like the hand gestures.
It's like an accordion. If I had an accordion, I'd be playing a whole song.
Exactly. It's
What
very-
topic? What topic is Pavlina's the top topic?
Right. I love it.
Because I've watched a number of shows you've been on, and you're very, you know, they call you for so many different things.
Right.
Like, how do you? No, I know you used to play the steel drums. We mentioned this last time on. Was it in California on the boardwalk?
Florida.
Florida,
Yes.
Florida. right? On the and what?
What state did you just say?
California. Why?
It's just pronounced California.
Oh, California.
I told you this 1,000 times. California. Fantastic.
I love you guys.
I gotta watch what I say.
It's California.
That's right.
Sorry.
So
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I'm just amazed at how many different shows you've been on.
Thank you. It's been fun. Because, like I like to go on
What's the
and
top topic? She hasn't
Well, how
answered
did
the
they
question.
call
You gotta
you?
stay on her until she
Well,
answers
she's
the
not. She. How did they first call you to speak?
well, it started with the radio show. So I started a radio show when I was 11. I interviewed celebrities. And then after that, once I moved, well, I was getting interviews just based on what I was doing, like having a radio show, being
Right.
young, that kind of thing. And then I moved up to New York and I started just really getting into what millennials and Gen Zs were going through, whether it was mental health, whether it was, financial issues. They were very involved in politics, like all of that different stuff. I was just like fascinated by it. I was already in the media realm. I had different people. So it just kind of, connected its way that way. I would send out emails to get on different shows. And then it just kind of like snowballed from there. But yeah, I just
You
sort
had a
of,
radio show at 11?
Yeah, you had the cute factor going on too, because it's just like when I used to go for donations for the high school. I'd bring my little one, my little daughter. And people, oh, she's so cute, And so you had that initially going for you, that you were this little cute kid doing these interviews. But I've seen some of the stars that you've interacted with. It's pretty cool.
thank you. Yeah, there was over 600 major celebrities during the time that I had the radio show, which was awesome. There were a lot of really, really cool people. They definitely shaped me as a person. Because I think I spent so much time with, different interviews that they were very influential. So it was really cool to spend time with them.
Well, now you have 602.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's where we are on your list: 601 and 602.
602. That's
When
I'm
it
gonna make a note of it like right now. Yes.
As they say,
All right.
we're on
All
the
right.
list.
We're on the list.
We're on the list.
We're at the bottom of the D list,
Yes,
but we're on the
I
list.
don't care as long as I'm on Pavlina's list. All right. So that was very cool. I saw you interviewed all these stars. Who was your favorite interview, and who was a dick? Can I say that or
Well,
not?
I think we're the least favorite, but who was the favorite?
No. She
Oh my
liked
gosh, never.
favorite interview, and who really just was like, you say, really,
Well, okay, I'm going to answer the last part first because honestly, I don't think anyone would even do an interview with me if they're going to be a jerk. You know what I mean? So I feel like everyone I spent time with, whether it was like on the red carpet or we had like a one-on-one personal interview, it was always really fun. Like it was always just like really chill. Maybe they didn't have a lot of time to spend with me, which was totally fine. I was like, okay, I only asked for 10 minutes. But I would say like most of the time, there might have been a handful of times where it was like, like not much happened with that.
yeah.
But some of my favorites, I really, really enjoyed like the iconic older performers. They were always my favorite. So I liked Pete Seeger. I liked the activists. I really liked Gloria Steinem. Neil Diamond was really cool. Gene Simmons from Kiss, Paul Stanley.
Wow.
I really liked them. Like they were just like
Yeah.
so knowledgeable. Charlie Daniels was I don't even like country music, but like I loved him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were
I'll
just, like,
tell
I
you-
really liked the legendary
Tell
ones.
you my interaction with Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh,
One
boy.
time.
Okay, yes.
Not very good.
No.
Oh, sad.
He was not very good to us, Jerry Seinfeld. But then you have other people like Joe Piscopo and Ray Romano.
Fantastic.
People like that who have been good to us over the years.
Absolutely.
Came
Yeah.
on our show a few weeks ago.
Rich Little was
Nice
right where
man.
you are in that part of the
Yes,
screen.
nice man. And we're going to have on Lou Gossett Jr.
What? When?
in a few weeks.
I love it.
Do you know how big of a fan I am from Iron Eagle?
I have bad news for you.
What?
My son wants to co-host
Bull
that night.
sugar.
My
I can
son-
co-host.
My son. You know, I got,
Amazing.
Does your son have the Iron Eagle soundtrack on his phone?
who did I take
I do.
that I got the best tickets of my life? Did I take my son?
Well, that's true.
I took
that's-
him
that's
to the
took
Met
me.
game.
Wait, what tickets was it for? What was this?
It
What?
was a Met game. My son.
July 31st, 2015. We were in Section 12, Delta Platinum, Row 3, Seats 1 and 2. My cousins, who I haven't seen in years, by chance, he won these tickets in a golf tournament a couple months before. They bought their tickets that day. They're in Seats 1 and 2 in the 2 rows and right in front. We're all lined up, 6 of us, perfectly.
Amazing. That
Well,
was
it was-
You just say Pavlina, they were good seats. That's all you gotta say. You
They
know what?
were unbelievable seats, but you lied, though. You told me I could touch the pitcher. I couldn't touch the pitcher.
You know
I'm kidding.
what-
They were fantastic.
You know what
They
we're
were
gonna
3
do?
rows behind the on-deck circle.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to commercial.
Yes.
And then I know Pavlina has some really good questions for Paul Didino, our computer guy, right? The computer.
Oh, yeah, we're ready.
And we're going to talk to Paul about basic stuff we should all know about our home computers or
About
small
the
offices.
computers?
Yes, let's go to our first commercial. We'll be back with Pavlina and Paul.
Hi, I'm Michael Barish, managing partner of Barish, McGarry, Salzman, and Penson. We are honored to represent over 11,000 people in the 9/11 community. The people who work at my law firm can really relate to what the 9/11 community is going through because they're going through it too.
So my dad's name was Billy Gormley, and he was a fireman on 9/11.
My father also was a firefighter, and he did report down there as well on 9/11.
My dad, Alan, worked on the 104th floor of the second tower. He was an IT technician.
My father was a fire inspector.
My husband, his name is David Velez. He was a detective with the NYPD. And if I can help anybody that is going through exactly what I have gone through for the last 17, 18 years and make their life just a little bit better, then you know what? I love coming to work every single day.
You know, this is a genuine office. Like, people are really sincere.
The best part of my job is the clients. Every once in a while, you'll hear in their voice how grateful they are for the work that we do.
We take this personally, and we will not rest unless we help everybody we can before this Victim Compensation Fund ends in 2 years. And we will be fighting to get this thing extended past 2020 because cancer isn't going to stop afflicting the 9/11 community.
Are we back? We're back. There is the lovely Pavlina.
Hey.
And here is the funny-looking Johns over here. And we are back.
Did you say funny looking or
funny looking. I wanted to say, but before we bring out
Funnier
Paul,
than
well, let's bring Paul out. Let's bring Paul out of the waiting room. He's been sitting there since the beginning of the show,
there he is.
watching this mess. Hello, Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Hey, John. Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you just fine. Tell us, what is the name of your business right up front?
It is PD Technology. That is Paul David Paul Technology.com. That would be the website, but it's PDP Technology Incorporated.
All right. First thing we're going to have to do, Paul, is we got to get a catchier name. You got to get something catchier. You know, PD. You got to get something like, you know, Paul's Balls or something. Something that will catch the, you know, hey, Paul's Balls.
Yeah.
Paul's Balls is good, isn't it? Paul's Balls Technology.
Paul's Balls Technology.
That would be nice.
I can see a few problems with that.
Pavlina, you have
And,
a name for
if
Pavlina,
things don't
what do you
pick up, I'm going to take
name?
you guys' suggestions. But what were you saying?
I think the name is great, but maybe something a little bit more catchy. You know what I mean? Like something catchier, something like fun.
Pavlina's computer company.
This is Pavlina.
No, name after me. That sounds great.
No, that's on the screen.
Everybody.
Okay.
So, Paul, The reason we wanted to have you on today was I really have no idea. No, that's not right. The reason I wanted to have you on is because just like, people say when I bought a house, my wife was like, we're never going to be able to buy a house. We can't afford it. And I go, come outside, look down the block. All these other people did it. We can do it. Everybody has a computer in their house, Paul, right? Everybody has a computer. There are some basic things that I think people should know that maybe a lot of people don't know about computers. So where can we start at square one? Like I was asking Pavlina about, eating healthy and all that. What kind of nuggets can you give us?
Well, I mean, the biggest problem I usually encounter is people do not back up. So, I mean, it's obviously critical for a business. If you don't back up, you could jeopardize your business if you were to have a computer crash and you lose all your data. But people lose pictures all the time. They have several hundred pictures, and they don't worry about it until they come home and the computer doesn't turn on. And then everything could potentially be gone, all those years of memory. So I just tell people you have to back up. You don't have to have me back you up, but you have to back up. It's easy these days. It's very easy.
Back up in the cloud.
For instance, a lot of people use.
Paul, are we back up in the cloud, like Google Drive, something like that, Dropbox or whatever?
Yeah, I mean, I would say today, yes, because a lot of people don't even realize they have Office 365 and they pay for it every month, and Microsoft will give you cloud space in the cloud. It comes with your subscription. So a lot of times I'll go to somebody's house or their business and I'll tell them, you already have a few gigabytes that you can use. So let's do it. Let's set it up and use it. And it's a lot of times it's just people don't realize what they actually have.
I use Carbonite.
Well, I have a question because when John was telling me you were going on, I have a serious issue. So my computer, I'm a Mac person, but my computer is constantly, she's like a workhorse, and I'm constantly filling it up, and I download things to the cloud. I try to keep it clean, but it's always full. Like, how do you keep your computer clean? Because like what I've noted, first of all, this is a 2-part question. First of all, are there like applications you can download to help you clean out the computer? And second of all, is there a way to just keep up on keeping it clean, or not having that hidden stuff in there? Because I do a lot of video editing, and like secret stuff is like always hidden back there, and I never know it's there until I have no space on my computer.
Good question, Paul.
Yeah, I mean, if you're running out of space on your drive, then you're definitely, I don't know what you're doing with your Mac. You might be filming videos and those kinds of things that would definitely fill up a drive. But I'll say this, because there's the two worlds, the Windows world and the Mac world. The Windows world, you obviously have to be more aware of antivirus and protecting the computer from malware, etc. Mac, not so much, although it can happen. But when you go to the internet a lot, you're actually asking another computer if you can look at their page or their information. And it actually ends up coming down to your computer, and it stays there. And then every day you're doing this, you're going to some other website and you're pulling stuff down, and it just accumulates into a temp area, and that can actually take up a lot of space. So there's something called CCleaner, CCleaner. It's free for individuals, and it will clear all the junk that you've accumulated just by normal everyday usage. And I use it all the time, and I tell people, after I install it and run it, I can tell them how to run it on their own, but it's just a good way to just get rid of all the junk you accumulate just by daily usage.
That was brilliant. I literally wrote it down. It's called CCleaner.
It's actually, I think it stands for crap cleaner.
Oh, that's amazing.
How these young guys, some young whippersnapper probably wrote it, and he was half a wise guy, but it's CCleaner.
Cool. Okay, I love it. Thank you. I think that's very helpful. Did you know that, John? 'Cause I didn't even know that. I didn't even know every time you go to a site, you accumulate things like that.
What's the best antivirus software, do you think, so that we could protect ourselves from all the malware. That's
Yeah, so it's tough for me to say because there's a lot of good ones. I use WebRoot mostly because it runs the background, it doesn't interfere. But really, this is another. So people in general think, hey, I'm going to have a few antiviruses running on my computer, and that way I'll really be protected. And that's probably the worst thing you could do because they end up battling each other, and they can grind your computer to almost a halt. So the first thing I do if I go to somebody's home or business and they're having performance issues, I will run the CCleaner. I will check for viruses, but I'll check that they're not running more than one antivirus. And if they are, I'll either ask them which one that they're aware of, and we'll keep that. I'll make the decision, and we get rid of all the others.
Just to make it clear, let's just let Joseph Anthony know that we can see him. Joseph, we can see you.
The audience can't see him.
Yes, we can see you. So just be aware of that, Joseph. And I already see Joseph.
The audience.
Joseph is taking notes already on stuff that Paul and we have said. He's going to come on he's going to be already rolling. You know what I mean?
Joseph Anthony.
He's the best. He's going to come on.
He needs no preparation.
He is going to abuse every one of us except Pavlina because he's a gentleman. But Paul, the information you're giving us is wonderful, but Joseph Anthony is going to be trashing you probably in about 10 minutes. Just be aware. He's brutal, Paul.
He's brutal, but he's in a nice way.
But he may need help with his computer, so maybe he'll take it easy on you. I don't know. We'll see.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question for you. Pavlina, may I ask him a question? You have another one? Can I ask him one?
No, you go for it, John.
Okay. How do you know? Because the other day when you came over, I said to you, Paul, is my computer done? I things happen on my computer, and it's something I don't like. And instead of running a program, I like when Paul comes over because we get to talk, and he's running all kinds of things. He takes my laptop out. He's wonderful. He's wonderful. So we chat. But he said, no, you got a lot of good space in here. Show me some numbers. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, all right, Paul. He showed me numbers and things and dials. They're looking good. When is your computer in the crapper? Like, when would you say, is there a certain amount of years?
Yeah, so it really depends on what you're doing with it. I mean, for a normal business or a normal person, I mean, really, you don't need a lot of computing horsepower. But really, there's this program called the Task Manager, and that's another one of the things I'll check right away if I go to a company or a home. It's almost like a odometer for computers. It tells you how hard you use working. It tells you how much RAM you have and how much you use it, and hard disk is performing. So those are the three things really that you need to be concerned with. So if you go to the Task Manager and you see you're struggling in any one of those areas, you'll see a percentage. Like your CPU is running at 100%, then you really have to ask, hey, is it the computer or do I just have too many darn programs running and I need to shut them down? But there's no real clear answer, John. If it's doing what you need it to do, then I say you just keep rolling with it. But people usually, when things start getting slow and they get frustrated, they want to go out and buy another one. And then I tell them, well, you might be in the same exact spot in 2 or 3 months after everything starts to accumulate again. So they just need occasional maintenance.
Now, I run heavy-duty stuff.
Do we have any questions from any viewers?
Not yet.
I'm looking at the blank screen here on my computer. It's dead right now.
I run big data applications like Alteryx and Tableau.
Big time. Oh, yeah. Aldrich. Yeah, all those things.
I do have my COVID dashboards on there. I update daily.
Everything.
But my computer's fine for that kind of stuff.
Right.
But now I want the new Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now I need a top of the line. I need like 4 times the RAM. I need a big video card.
Oh,
so if you're doing email and stuff, you don't need as much.
Right.
When I run Flight Simulator, the new Flight Simulator,
right,
which has like 4K graphics of every city in the world,
right,
that's hardcore.
Well, what about Pavlina? She's doing a lot of video editing. You said, right?
Video editing. Yeah.
I mean, a flight sim, like that seems like a lot. You need like a lot of horsepower for that. Video
I need like 10 times the computing power that I'm at right now.
I totally believe that. And like you wouldn't want any of that to like crash or anything like that.
Nope. I want the frame rates when I roll that 747 into JFK. I want it to turn nice.
All right, let me ask Paul.
Not-
Paul mentioned a few terms: gigawattles and all
Gigabytes.
that. Gigabytes, gigawattles, and RAM. Right, RAM. So if Pavlina,
it's not the Los Angeles Rams. It's the computer.
if Pavlina, I just like saying the name. If Pavlina is running a lot of video, what does she need more of, the gigawattles or the RAM?
Yeah, so it was just mentioned by is that the other gentleman sitting next to you? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the names yet. Right, so you could potentially need a higher end graphics card or a video card and a sound card, depending on what you're doing. But basically what you want to do is you want to let the software give you the specifications. It's usually right on the box. So you got to do a little research if you're going to want to do any heavy duty stuff and you're going to go out and buy a computer. You want to look at the software you're going to be using. You want to see what the specifications are, what the minimum requirements are at least. And then in that case, you're going to definitely need a specific probably graphics card and extra RAM and a high speed hard drive, solid state.
I think I'm good.
So you just really
I love it.
You know what you
let
could
the software drive and let what you're gonna do drive and tell you what you need.
The video is better on the Mac.
Paul, yeah, John's talking about the Mac, what's best, but would you just say if Pavlina wanted to get a new computer, is that something you do where you assist somebody for a fee? You go, listen, what do you do? What are you doing on this computer? Here's something that you should get, this brand or this much stuff, or work with them to make sure they get the computer that fits their needs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I have people who call me from the store because they get there and then the salesperson will just start throwing all kinds of acronyms at them. And then they call me and then I don't pick up right away and they start to freak out. But
well, thank you for that.
But then I get right back to them and I tell them.
I did.
I'm at Best Buy.
Are you referring to me? Because I did do that the last time I bought a computer. I did call you.
I'm at the store at Best Buy. I don't know
He is referring to me. That's so funny. All right. What's the name?
Canadian. I don't know what to do.
What's the name of your company again, Paul?
It's PDP. For right now it is, until you guys talk me out of it. It's PDP Technology Incorporated.
And where can we find you?
On the web.
At www.pdptechnology.com or on Facebook, you just search for PDP Technology and I should pop up. And my phone numbers are there. You can reach me 24/7.
All right. Paul, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Paul, for coming on. And God bless you if you have to deal with
you guys having me.
anything technology related.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
A pleasure. A pleasure. Let's go to our commercial break and we'll come back with the very, very funny and energetic Joseph Anthony.
When someone is choking, brain damage can occur after just 4 minutes. Did you know every 5 days a child dies because of a choking accident?
My name is Art Lee. I invented LifeVac to protect my family. LifeVac is an easy-to-use suction device with a special one-way valve to help save a choking victim.
I care for my dad, who's prone to choking. Having LifeVac in my home gives me peace of mind.
Protect your family. Buy LifeVac now.
Thank you, Dad. Call 1-877-LifeVac or visit lifevac.net.
And we're back with Pavlina and one of the funniest men in the tri-state area, Joseph Anthony, the Truth.
Hello.
He's changed his name during COVID. The Truth.
It's always been the truth since 1993. Where you been? First of all, John, I know I know you 30 years, and I have to tell you, anything I ever do with you in relation to you, you are a pain in the ass. Okay, you can't get a hold of John. He misspells shit. He leaves information out. You beg him. You camp outside his house to get a notification, a time, an address, and nothing. And then 24 hours before, he goes ballistic. He calls you. Are you coming? Do you remember? Did you write it down? You coming? You gonna be there? You pain in the ass. I was napping when you called me. I don't forget shit like you. I'm a smart guy.
Now this
is the burning buildings.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're talking about my normal
No,
my
I'm
normal
kidding.
booking. But this has been pent up in him since the beginning of COVID. I mean, he's like,
this is this afternoon. I would say you're an idiot savant, but you're mostly an idiot.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Well, I still love having you on. I love having you on my shows. You're just, you've worked some of the, when I get a show, and you know this, when I get a show where I go, oh my God, that's going to be a tough gig. Like, I don't want to go in front of that crowd. Let me call up Joseph Anthony because I know he can handle it. And he always does. I sent you to a church, if you remember this, in Manhattan, all firemen having I think it was a first grade party, whatever. It was all firemen in the basement of a church where the pastor said, I don't want to know what's going on down there, right? And you did the gig, and I called him after. Oh, we love that guy. He was great. So you should be very.
There's a double-edged sword to rising to the occasion. Okay, yeah. If I had my choice, I would never ever career-wise want to rise to the occasion.
Right.
It's not like I go, oh, this is going to be tough. I can't wait to get there. No, I'm miserable. I know almost in advance when something's going to suck, but something happens when I get up there. It's not premeditated. Call it having a good sense of humor, call it a street background, a combination, whatever it is, but I make it work. If I think about it, I think I'll lose it. So, it's not like I enjoy those gigs. Yeah, I guess I'm a professional.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty when you look at it in snippets. But when the whole thing is said and done, you sit back and you go, wow, that's pretty good. Wow.
And if you think I have a plan, I never have a plan. The more I plan, the worse it turns out,
That's obvious that you don't have a plan because you bounce off of people, and that's what makes you so talented. Like what you said on the show, you go, like Pavlina said to me, John, what are we going to talk about? And you ask me, hey, what do you want to talk about? And I'm like, I'm not worried. Because Joseph Anthony will probably come on like you did and bust my balls for the first few minutes. And it's funny, and I love that. I love that.
I mean, pretty like the only thing I'm getting pretty much now is private parties.
Yeah.
And take it. And they're, it's nerve-wracking to have to go into somebody's back room for their in a restaurant for their, and they think, I'm not like a juggler or a guitar act. I'm not a happy guy, by no stretch. And it's like, why are they wanting me? Like, what are they expecting of me? And then something, you go in there and 9 3/4 of the time out of 10, I don't know, something, I make it work. I just make it work. I'm very observant. It's a little bit of my obsessive nature. I see everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I don't realize I recorded it, but then it kind of like vomits out of me.
Now, are you open in New Jersey, Joseph? Can you do shows in New Jersey? Is it open? I mean, New York, it's all closed.
No, it's
not really. No, I did a thing down in LBI. It was fun. They did it. It was a theater, but we did it outside the theater in a tent. Right. It was okay. I did something in a park in like a barn and something, and mostly everything else has been private parties in restaurants and stuff.
We call them prohibition shows, right? Because we're not really supposed to. We can't advertise them like we usually do. So I don't even put the venue in my GPS. I switch cars like 3 times on the way to those gigs. And I have a burner phone, and I'm like the Taliban. I turn off the phone if I'm going to the, within 10 miles of the venue, the battery's out, everything. And
like,
that's how you got to be.
Like the Joe Pesci of comedy now.
That's right. I'm going to do a show down the road. That means I had to switch cars like 5 times.
Pavlina, you've never seen, obviously, Joseph's act.
No, I never had the honor. I wish I want to see you perform somewhere. I have a couple questions. So first of all, I want to know your kind of like you said observational. Like I took a couple comedy classes just because I wanted to see what it was like in like the beginning of quarantine. And observational humor was like one of them. So I wanted to know about that. But then I know a lot of different comedy clubs that are doing like Zoom, I guess like sets or something. You know what I mean? Like, you can't go to like the actual club, but you could like they're doing it through Zoom. So have you been doing those?
I got some Zoom offers and someone told me not to do it, so I didn't.
I mean, I feel like it's awkward. I feel like it's like you can't. Most people are muted, and you can't really like. It's not the same, you know.
It didn't seem like something I was looking forward to. I mean, I am a really good live performer, but I have a hard time with social media simply because I'm never in the mood to perform, as it were, from my phone. You know, some guys are great at it, and for me, when I look at the phone, it looks at me. I look at the phone, it looks at me, and it's like, you know.
Well, can I if I could give you one snippet? When you're on like a social media or a talk show, don't immediately come on and insult the host. You know, at least
Why not?
a little advice, you know, at least wait 10 minutes.
I've been doing that since day one. It's just who I am, you know.
I love
it. It works.
It's a talent to be able
I
to
love it.
insult somebody in a nice way.
And you were worried about me, like the computer guy. Forget about it. I had a hard time writing down C cleaner. I was like, how many C's is that?
I had the same thing. I didn't know if he said cleaner once or twice.
Yeah, is it like
I have it right here.
cleaner? Is it like a French thing? Like, is it one big C and then leaner? You know? I was just talking to an IT guy the other day, and the reason is because I don't do this stuff. I mean, I bought a domain recently, and notice I have to search for the words. I bought a domain recently for something that I'm, you know, slowly bringing into fruition. And I had the ability to create my own website. And I got on the dashboard, and like seeing a trigonometry problem, my mind just shut down. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. You know, I don't mow lawn. I don't do computers. And it's like, you wouldn't call an IT guy to put an extension on the house. There are certain things we're put on this earth to do, but everybody, every layman feels they have to be some kind of computer savvy expert. It's not what I do. I don't want to do it. You know, I get it. You know,
a big star. You're a big celebrity.
It has nothing to do with that. It
You're
just has to
supposed
do with
have
the
a
fact that I
handler
need
that
it.
explains these things to you.
Yeah, I had the money. I pay someone to do everything. I don't want to do it. I just don't want to do it.
You know, an intern should be doing that for him. He
No,
shouldn't
he's
have
right.
to
No,
do
no,
that.
he doesn't. That's why when I have a computer, I call Paul. He comes over. We sit for a half hour. He bangs everything out. When he leaves, the computer smoking. It's flying again. It's running great. Because if I was going to do that, it would take me.
Yeah, but you're the president of Laugh to Save Lives. You need to have people.
So I understand where you're coming from. What I want you to do, what I'm going to try to talk you into doing is we're going to be doing, in order to keep in touch with some of our clients and keep the networking going, we're going to be doing some shows live out of here. On the side of this wall, there's the stage.
Big studio.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, guys, you go online. They got to pay money to buy the ticket, right? And then today's headliner is Joseph Anthony. We'll have a few other acts. Little bit of Zooming, but it'll be live to that organization. Instead of being in the firehouse, so to speak, you're going to be on a computer, but it's a private show where you're not blowing out your material.
I just had an idea.
What?
We should have a mannequin and then replace the head with the television. This way you feel like the comic is right there. It's only the head that's virtual.
Yeah, sometimes you do have good ideas. That one sucked.
Yeah, wow. Everybody, you can wake up now. I think he's done talking. Yes. So Joseph, my cat just stabbed herself in the eye. It's okay. You won't do it again.
My cat just stabbed us.
When you get on stage, Joseph, what I like most is you're just miserable up there. You just complain about many, many things in your life. What is the thing right now that you are just miserable about?
Well, first of all, just to backpedal a minute in time, it's not that when I get on stage, I'm miserable. It's that I'm miserable and I happen to get on stage. All
right,
it's just an extension of the sidewalk. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
When I leave the stage,
he's pissed off.
Right, when I leave the stage and get back on the sidewalk, still miserable.
All right, point well taken.
All right, so two things, that are very, I guess, prevalent in society now is the mask. I got a prop. Not that I'm a prop. I have a mask. and everybody has their mask, and some people are like, oh, it's silly, even though millions are dead and sick, and it's political and it's all nonsense. But I feel that what the mask comes down to, I'm a proponent of it. You know, I'm not paranoid, but I use it. But it really comes down to respecting other people's, you know, choice and comfort. And that's really what it's about. Whether you believe, don't believe, and there's an issue, not an issue. But we have all kinds of, we have the people that buy the disposable mask. They buy one and then never dispose of it.
Right.
You just see the filth and the coffee stains and the saliva coming through. So we got those. I got a little list here, and we got the chin straps. Everybody's seen the chin straps, right?
Yes. Like a hammock.
Yeah. I got a very filthy, disgusting virus chin, but the rest of me is fine. And these people work in the produce aisle. My mouth is covered. Yeah, don't worry about the droplets dropping out of my nose. My mouth is covered, right?
Onto your sandwich.
The ones that talk, and while they're talking, the mask is sliding down.
Yeah.
And as a germaphobe, I'm freaking out. Fix your fucking mask. And then there's the all-time wearers. This is my last one. The people that have them on when they're driving alone in the car.
Yes.
Like the DJ on the radio is going to make them sick.
Well,
All right,
would
so that's my.
if he were here?
Or they're with their 1-year-old child, and the kid is like, "Mommy, it's me. I don't know where you've been." So that's my mask.
If Como were here, he would say, "You need to wear a mask because you could spread the virus. You could spread the virus." Facts.
That's right.
And here's another thing. Here's another thing that I've been sort of exposed to, because I was used to working weekends, and that meant either being out of town or working locally, but getting to bed very late, then getting up very late, then getting in the car again the next night to go somewhere. And essentially you don't do like the suburban weekend thing. Mm-hmm. And now that I have weekends off, and I find myself once in a while out at like, you know, a Lowe's or a Home Depot or the big box stores, I hate it. This is all people do. They work all week, and then they go and they spend the disposable income. And you see them, like I look at them like I'm looking at aliens, Martians, you know, like because I'm not part of them. I'm not one of them. And I just look at, they're so in the zone. Like we gotta get the Lowe's. We gotta get some mums because it's Halloween time. So you gotta get the mums, and we gotta do the planting. And then we gotta go to Walmart, and we gotta get some storage bins to put the shit in that we bought at Home Depot last week. Oh God, kill me if I ever become a suburbanite, man. Like I'm here, but I'm very unplugged from the life, you know. So that's pretty much what's going on. I'm seeing a world that I just don't want a part of.
Hey, let me ask Joseph. Let me ask Pavlina. Is there anything that you think you'd want to ask Joseph about something that is bothering you to get his opinion on it? Because
I mean, like the mask was a big one for me. So when you did that, I was like losing it.
I'm good with computers. Where do you live? It looks big and lonely there. Let me come over. I'll wear a mask.
Yeah, we'll both wear a mask. That'll be great.
I'm flirting. Go ahead. What do you want to ask?
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, what about with like the whole? Let's see. I don't know. There's nothing to
please. Honestly, not to say you put her on the spot.
I didn't. Well, Pavlina lives in Manhattan.
Yeah, there's not much going on here. So I'm like, what? I'm trying to think of like something that would actually be bothering me besides, because there's nothing. Like, because there's just nothing to do. You know, masking's a big one for me. I don't know. I personally hate wearing like the mask in like the gym. Do you have you been going to the gym at all and like dealing with like social distancing in there or like anything like that?
No, I don't go to the gym.
Okay, you can go to the gym. That's fine. That's been bothering me the most recently. So,
oh, did you notice I lost weight?
Yeah, you lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't see. I can see it in your face.
Yeah, it's the meth.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's the methamphetamine. It's great.
Hey, Bob, what time we going out here?
You got a couple more minutes. I don't know where the next show is.
All right. The next show didn't show up yet, so we got a couple more minutes. This was kind of funny. I didn't say it in the beginning. What? Coming down here, I'm driving, and I think I was talking to – did I get Joseph on the phone? I was talking to Pavlina, and guys tailgating me, you know, and you know how you get upset when somebody's tailgating you. But what is the first thing you do? You look first how fast you're going.
Right. What are you doing?
So I looked at going 65 on Sunrise Highway.
On Sunrise Highway?
Right? Now that's pretty fast.
That's fast.
For Sunrise Highway. So I'm like, screw this guy, right? Then I realized I had it in the kilowatts, the kilometers.
Oh, you were in kilometers?
I was in kilometers.
So you're doing about
I was doing
40,
about 30. Yeah, I was doing about 30.
40, yeah.
John, save that for your Canadian show.
Hey, what the hell's going on there? Hey, this guy.
I was doing kilometers, eh?
What the hell is this guy doing over there?
All right, let's let Joseph close. Is there anything else you want to talk about, Joseph? Any projects? I know it's there's not a lot going on out there, but you mentioned something. I don't know if you want to bring it up.
Well, man, I got a private party coming up. I got nothing public, and yeah, what I'm working on is not the right time to talk about it.
Right.
I had a streaming TV show that came about during the COVID time, and my partners fell asleep on that as usual. So I'm just here talking to you, which pretty much shows you I got shit going on. I mean, you know that I was available tonight.
I was just about to say the same thing. Joseph, but we are glad that you joined us. Understand that on Pavlina's scale, we're number 601 and 602 of people she's interviewed or been with.
Well,
on
no,
the
we
show.
just went up one because now Joseph is 603.
How do we know, Joe? She could have moved ahead of us. We have to ask.
Well, I mean, in sequential order.
Yeah.
What is that? Like a temperature thing? What does that mean? 603.
That's the number we
That's
are.
how many celebrities?
A lot of
she's interviewed.
celebrities. A lot of celebrities. Pavlina's been around.
Who preceded me?
Us.
Yeah, like the John. Great.
So I'm 601, 602, and 603.
Yes. Joseph,
John and I go way back. Do you know this, Pavlina?
I don't know anything about your guys' history, but I was kind of picking that up, so I love
I
it.
remember one of his old jokes. He used to say that the lady took the batteries out of her smoke alarm. And she'd say that if she wanted to, he used to say, if you want to know if there's a fire, put bacon up there. If you smell bacon cooking, you got a fire. Do you remember that, John?
Well, it was much more detailed and much funnier than that. But yeah.
No, I think I did it justice.
Joseph, thanks for taking the time, my brother.
Thanks, Joseph. Good to see you.
Be well.
Same here, guys. Same here, but like,
if you look at a lot of these comics out there, Pavlina, and you look at TV and YouTube, and you see all the big stars. There are comics out there like Joseph Anthony, Tom DiDario, who are just as funny as these people.
Funnier.
Could be funnier. Just didn't get the break when it came. I don't mean to. I don't know if it's going to depress. I don't know if that's going to depress.
Very much so.
But he's one funny guy. As a producer, when you produce a show and you go, "Oh, this show has been good for 45 minutes," and Joseph's going up, you sit back and you go, "I'm going to look brilliant because this guy's going to kill."
We did that yacht club in New Jersey.
And he always kills. Joseph always kills. Thank you, Joseph.
Thank you.
Be well, my friend.
You too, guys and ladies. Good night.
It's so good seeing these guys because we're not out there doing shows.
We don't see people the whole year. We didn't see anybody.
Pavlina, you want to close with anything? Want to plug anything?
Oh, well, the usual. Okay, actually, my book. Hold on, can I grab it? Yes. So my book came out it came out in July, I guess. It's doing really well. It's called 20 Things Every Motivated 20-something Should Know.
I have it right here, Pavlina.
You have one?
A good host always does that.
Wow, great.
No, that's not it. No.
I mean, it happened to be in my bag, so I was like, wait, let's pull this out.
Right.
You can get my book on Amazon, 20 Things Every Motivated 20-something Should Know. You can follow me at Pavlina Asta. It's great. That's about it. That's all I got going on.
Thank you for putting up with us once again.
Thank you so much for having me. It's honestly just so fun to listen to you guys and chime in every once in a while. I really love it. And you guys always have such fun people.
You see how nice she is? She doesn't say, "Hey, you guys don't let me talk." She goes, "It's so nice listening to you guys." Pavlina, we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
That is Laughter Saves Lives. John Santel, thank you again for coming down and sitting in.
My pleasure.
Love him. Good night, everybody. We're going to the Mass Speak with Dinah.
Oh, there's the I've been looking up there the whole time.
Yeah.
The camera's right there.
Good night.
Old leather gloves, we're slapping in hands. Popcorn and peanuts, we're working the stands. Pink cotton candy, love on a stick. Who's chasing the beer? That circle the lips, play ball. Play ball. Roll up the bases and smack it right over the wall.